My parents lied about the flight date, so I'd miss our main trip. When I called from the airport, Mom laughed. "Oh sweetie, we're in Lake Sebago already. Why didn't you come yesterday?" I hung up, went home, and said nothing, but when they landed back home, Update 1. The air in Logan Airport was thick with the hum of anticipation, families dragging suitcases, couples laughing, their voices a chorus of beginnings. I stood frozen, my phone pressed to my ear, my mother's voice dripping like honey through the static. "We're at the cabin, Eliza. Why didn't you make it to the airport yesterday?" My suitcase, packed with hope for a week by Lake Sebago, sat useless beside me. My name is Eliza Harper, and at 32, I thought I'd seen the worst of my family's betrayals. I was wrong. I'd been counting down to this trip for months. A rare chance to stitch together the frayed threads of our family. As a financial analyst in Boston, my days were a blur of spreadsheets and client calls, each one a step toward a dream I'd buried, starting my own investment firm. But family came first, always had. Growing up in a weathered clapboard house in coastal Maine, I learned early that love was a currency I had to earn. My sister Clara, 6 years younger, was the golden child. Her watercolors framed on our walls, her laughter the soundtrack of our home. I was the responsible one, the shadow, pouring my heart into schoolwork to catch a flicker of my parents' pride. When Dad's logging business collapsed a decade ago, their savings already bled dry by Clara's art school tuition, I stepped in. Every month, I wired $2,500 to keep their lights on, their fridge stocked, their medical bills paid. Last year alone, I sent $32,000. Money I'd earmarked for a deposit on a brownstone. "You're our rock, Eliza," Mom would say. Her voice warmed during our Sunday calls, but those calls always circled back to Clara, her latest gallery submission, her big break, my promotions, my 16-hour days. Footnotes, if mentioned at all, this trip was supposed to change that. A week at a lakeside cabin, just the four of us, sharing meals, watching the sun dip below the pines. They insisted on handling the arrangements, citing Dad's frequent flyer miles. "Focus on your big merger meeting," they said. "We've got this." I believed them, sent $4,000 for the cabin deposit, and pictured us laughing over board games. Now standing in the terminal, my mother's words sank like stones. "Yesterday," I choked out, my voice trembling. "You said the flight was today at 3. The silence on the line was louder than the airport's chaos. And I knew this wasn't a mistake. They'd left me behind. The airport's fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, mirroring the static in my mind. I clutched my phone, scrolling through Mom's texts. Flights at 3 p.m. on the 12th. "Don't be late, Eliza." Clara's day, yet Clara's Instagram story, posted hours ago, showed her sipping coffee by Lake Sebago, Mom and Dad grinning beside her, their boarding passes stamped for the 11th. My knees buckled and I sank onto a bench, travelers' laughter mocking my solitude. They hadn't just forgotten me. They planned this. Growing up, I'd learned to navigate Clara's spotlight. Her paintings adorned our fridge. My report cards gathered dust. I thought I'd made peace with it, carving my own path in Boston's financial district. At 25, I landed a job at a top firm, managing portfolios for clients who trusted my quiet precision. By 30, I was the youngest senior analyst leading a team of 12, but success came at a cost. Weekends lost to work, dreams of my own firm, shelved to keep my parents afloat. Their gratitude was fleeting, always overshadowed by Clara's next masterpiece, or Mom's tales of her talent. When they pitched the main trip, I saw a lifeline, a week to rebuild what years of distance had eroded. I sent the $4,000 without hesitation, imagining evenings by the lake, maybe even a moment where they'd see me. But now, the truth was undeniable. It was a mix-up, sweetie, Mom said, when I called back, her voice syrupy with false regret. "Clara made it fine. We're at the cabin now." I laughed, a sharp hollow sound. "A mix-up, you gave me the wrong date on purpose." Silence stretched, then Dad's voice cut in, stern. "Don't make this a drama, Eliza. Mistakes happen. Mistakes." The word burned. For years, I'd been their safety net. $2,500 a month, plus extra for Dad's knee surgery, Mom's prescriptions. I'd skipped vacations, worked through holidays, all to keep them comfortable, while Clara chased her art, rent-free in their house. And this was my reward, a deliberate lie. My money spent on a trip I wasn't meant to join. I stared at Clara's photo, their smiles ablaze in my chest. "You didn't want me there," I said, my voice steady now. "You took my money and left me behind." Dad started to argue, but I hung up, my hands shaking with a fury I'd never let myself feel before. In that crowded terminal, I made a vow. The bank of Eliza Harper was closed forever. The drive back to my Boston apartment was a haze, the city lights blurring through tears. I refused to let fall. In my mind, I replayed every sacrifice. $147,000 over 2 years, wired to my parents' account for their mortgage, their groceries, their lies. I'd given up my dream of a brownstone, of morning coffee on my own porch, all to prop up their crumbling world. And, for what? To be stranded in an airport, betrayed by the people I'd spent my life trying to please. Back home, I poured a glass of wine, and opened my laptop, scrolling through bank statements, each transfer to their account, $2,500, $3,000, $1,800 for emergencies, was a reminder of their greed. I thought of Clara, her carefree smile in that lakeside photo captioned, "Family time. Wish you were here, Eliza." The lie stung worse than Mom's excuses. I dug deeper, finding texts from Dad. Need a little extra this month for Clara's art supplies. Art supplies. I believed it, picturing her in a Portland studio, chasing her dreams. Now I wondered what else they'd hidden. Now you can watch the second part by pressing share and more.